thanks for joining me. I'm Krista Hogan, and this is a mindful creativity and somatic yoga mini retreat. In the next 40 minutes, we'll be enjoying a somatic movement practice designed to help relieve tension in your neck, your shoulders, and your upper back, and a mindful creative activity that helps us to tune into the moment and really enjoy the process of creating something new and let go of the outcomes. Both of these are nervous system regulating practices that can reduce stress, help us to connect with our bodies, our experience, our breath, and let go of tension. All you'll need is a comfortable seat to practice in. If it has arms on it, you may want to push the arms out of the way or come to a seat in a chair that doesn't have arms. And if you want a comfortable pillow underneath your back, that can be great as well. I also have a variety of art tools from around the house, very simple things, nothing fancy is needed. I have paper, white paper, or a journal, and then a variety of pens, markers, pencils from around the house. So choose what you have, choose what you like to work with. And then also go ahead and gather a few found objects. So I like to use a lot of found objects so that we have fewer excuses for not doing art. And you can see here, I have this little pine cone that must have fallen off a wreath because it has a little bit of glue on the back. I found it in the garage. I just thought it was so cute. And then some little pom-poms in different sizes and colors and then a few different pebbles and stones from my driveway. So, just an idea of what you can choose. Find things that roll or tumble when they're pushed. I'll show you what we're going to do with them in just a little bit. What else could work? Coins, if you have any coins around the house, beads, small objects. This is probably the largest object that I have. Most of them are closer to this size. So five or six of those. Go ahead and gather those now, set them off to the side, and you can always pause this video at any time and collect those items. A nice glass of water is always good for a practice too. It's very grounding to be able to take a sip of water from time to time. Um, so we'll start with the somatic practice. Go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Let your hands rest in your lap. I'm going to scooch back a little bit so you can see me better. Oh, I'm already going to start yawning in anticipation of how relaxed I'm going to be in a few minutes. Let the eyes close, the gaze soften down toward the floor. You can always peek the eyes open to take a look at the video if you're curious, just to see a demonstration. But you should be able to follow along just by listening to the sound of my voice. Let the lips close and breathe in and out of your mouth. Notice if there's any obstruction in your breath today. My head is just a little bit congested, so I may switch back and forth to breathing between my mouth and my nose. My shoulder feels a little tight today, so when I breathe in, I'm nursing an injury. I can kind of feel the tightness in that shoulder of my body, bracing my nervous system, protecting. So I'm going to be a little more gentle, even more gentle than usual in my somatic practice with my shoulders and my neck. Notice any other sensations that are present. We don't have to get stuck in them. If there's pain or discomfort, make space for it. Notice the sensation and then move on. Allow your awareness to wander from your head all the way down to your feet, becoming curious observing. When you find sensation present, could be tightness, tingling, warmth, achiness, tenderness, or ease and relaxation is also a sensation. Notice it, give it space. Don't worry about changing it, and just move on. Keep breathing. Maybe feeling the chair underneath you, feeling the sensation of the clothes on your skin, the air on your skin. Allow yourself to yawn as you start to relax. And then when you've reached your feet, bring your hands to your belly. As you inhale, breathe into your hands. And as you exhale, let the belly really soften. Allow the chest to be still. And just breathe into the belly. No effort, just awareness. Allow yourself to be grounded by the sense of the belly rising and falling underneath your hands. And feel the comforting weight and warmth of the hands on the belly. Take one more deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then we'll bring the hands to the top of the head. Interlace your fingers gently. Cup them on the top of your head. And allow the shoulders to soften down away from the ears. Breathe into your hands on top of your head. Allow the weight of your hands to give you a sense of being grounded. Don't apply too much pressure to your neck here. Soft weight of the hands, soft breath of the belly. And then leave your right hand on top of your head. Let your left hand come down into your lap. And do a few somatic movements here to start to get our shoulders kind of loosened up, unstick our scapula from the back of our shoulders. And we'll start by simply shrugging that right shoulder up to the ear. Squeeze gently, leave the head lifted, just gently squeeze the shoulder up towards the ear. Feel the scapula on the back of the body lift. And then we're going to release the shoulder and the scapula down to the count of 8 on an exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't worry about dragging the shoulder down. Just let it soften away from the ear slowly. Take another deep breath. Let it go. We'll do that again. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder up towards the ear. Maybe let the eyes close and notice how this feels to lift the shoulder. And then exhaling slowly, 8, 7, 6, 5. If you need to inhale again, that's fine. 4, 3, 2, 1. Just let that hand rest in your lap for a moment. Let the shoulder hang heavy. If you're looking in a camera, you may already notice the difference between the shoulders. And then bring that hand back to the top of your head again. And this time we're going to widen the elbow and turn the head to look at the inside of your elbow. So that right elbow presses back towards the wall behind you. And the head turns so the chin comes closer to the shoulder. Feel that gentle squeeze in the back of the shoulder and maybe in the side of the neck. And then bring the head and the elbow forward. Inhale and exhale. Do that one more time. Turn the chin towards the shoulder. Look at the inside of the elbow and then press the elbow back behind you. Feel that squeeze. Let's come back to center again on an exhale to the count of 8, 7, 6, 5. The elbow returns to where it started and the head keeps turning back to center. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax that shoulder down. Try and completely melt any sensation out of the shoulder. One more time, bring that hand to the top of the head. This time, gently lower the ear down towards the shoulder. Relax the shoulder down. Squeeze the ear down towards the shoulder. You can even bring the heel of the hand to the underside of the head and give a little bit of resistance, just a little bit here, so you can feel these muscles on the neck activating here. And then keeping that light resistance, lift the head, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can rest the hand in your lap before we move on to the other side. Just take a breath. Let's do that one more time before we move on. Go ahead and bring the hand to your, say, your right temple. And then as you inhale, squeeze that ear down towards the shoulder, soften the shoulder down, and then lightly press against the head and press the head against the hand. Feel the muscles at the back of the shoulder, the upper trapezius turn on, and then slowly lift the head, keeping that gentle resistance. Being careful and kind to your neck. Slowly lift the head. And then completely relax that shoulder. Just let the arm kind of hang heavy. And then we'll come to the other side. So bring the left hand now to the top of your head. Inhale and lift the shoulder near the ear and squeeze. Let the head stay lifted. Notice the difference between your left and your right sides. And then slowly to the count of 8, exhale and lower the shoulder down. 7, 6, 5. Again, not dragging the shoulder down, just trying to release it as slowly and smoothly as you can. If you need to take another breath and continue to exhale, you can. And when you get to one, completely relax. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder up towards the ear again. Exhale, release the shoulder down to the count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that hand down in the lap, relax the shoulder. You can let the arm hang heavy. We'll bring the hand back to the top of the head. Turn the chin to the left, and then press that elbow behind you. Feel that gentle squeeze, gentle engagement, and then exhale to center. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, turn the chin to the shoulder. Press the elbow behind you. Squeeze lightly. Exhale, release. 7, 6, 5. That elbow pauses where it started. Head keeps turning forward. 3, 2, 1. Relax the hand down. Notice any sensation after the movements and when you're in the relaxation phase. Maybe there's a little bit of tingling, maybe some muscle twitching, signaling that the nervous system is letting go of tension. The muscle is relaxing. And then we'll bring the heel of the hand to the left temple and very gently bring in resistance as you lower the left ear down to the left shoulder. And then release the head up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the hand down. Let the neck and shoulders completely relax. We'll do that one more time. Heel of the hand towards the temple. Shoulder lowers down towards the ear. Heel of the hand gently presses against the head. The head gently resists. Feel what engages. And then lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hand down. Soften the shoulders. Soften the neck. Try and melt the shoulders away from the ears just with the breath. No muscular effort at all. Just allow gravity to take the weight of the arms, the weight of the shoulders. Don't try to correct your posture. Just let the arms be heavy. And then we'll interlace the hands again, bring them behind the head. We've moved the shoulder blades in towards the spine. Now we're going to open and draw the shoulder blades away from the spine. So to do that, lightly cup the hands on the back of the head. You can bring a little bit of resistance of the head pressing back against the hands and the hands lightly pressing against the back of the head, but it doesn't have to be a lot. Take a breath. And as the breath leaves your lungs, let the chest kind of cave in, let the chin dip down. Bring the elbows in towards one another and forward, reaching towards the screen. Feel the shoulder blades on the back of the body slide open away from the spine. And then we'll gently release 8, 7, 6. Again, not necessarily dragging the elbows open or squeezing the shoulder blades back together, just letting go, coming back to where you started. 2, 1. If it hurts or is uncomfortable, to bring the pressure against the back of the head, if that doesn't feel great in your neck, then just hold the head very lightly with your fingers. Deep breath. Exhale, let the heart sink. Let the chin sink. Let the elbows come in toward one another and reach away. Take another breath. And then gently as you exhale, release the elbows apart. And release the hands down in the lap or down by the sides. One more um, somatic release for the neck and the upper trapezius. So these muscles here at the backs of the neck and the shoulders, if you kind of reach back and massage them, a lot of times they're pretty tight. Maybe from holding the pen in the hand or working at the computer or driving in a car, and to sit with our shoulders shrugged up, and these muscles get very tight and short and sore. So we'll start by bringing one hand into the side. Press the elbow into the side. You may need to sit forward in your chair a little bit for this. Go ahead and press the elbow into the side. And again, if you're yawning, just let yourself yawn. It's the body relaxing. We'll squeeze the shoulder up, lower the ear down, and press that elbow into the side. So this is my right ear comes down to meet my right shoulder, right elbow presses in. And just feel what's engaging, which muscles are turning on to make this movement happen, and what's letting go, what feels longer and what feels shorter. And then take a breath. And as you start to drag that elbow behind you, turn your chin and your head so that you're looking up at the ceiling. Notice where that engagement has now shifted to the back of the neck, the upper trapezius. Feel that little squeeze there. Gently release to 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The release is both the elbow coming down away from the side, the shoulder softening down, and the head lifting. Try it on the other side, and then we'll come back and compare from one repetition to another. So on your left, lower the ear, lift the shoulder and squeeze. Press the elbow into the side, palms facing in. Take a breath. And then as you exhale, start to drag the elbow behind you. Keep that pressure of the elbow and the forearm against the side. At the same time, start to tilt your head up, looking at the ceiling. Little squeeze there at the back of the neck. Exhale and release the elbow from the side, the shoulder down, and lift the head all at the same time. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a couple of breaths. We'll do that one more time on each side. So on the right hand side, press the elbow into the side, lower the ear, lift the shoulder, gentle squeeze. Wow, big difference from the first time to the second time. Breath in. As you exhale, look up, drag that elbow behind you. Wow, big difference in the sensations that I'm getting just from the first repetition. Much less tender, much less tight. Exhale, release. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Completely relax. Relax everything, not just the muscles that you use to actually lift the shoulder and release the ear and press the elbow in, but everything. Low back, jaw, and then on the left side, pressing the elbow in, hmm, lowering the ear, squeezing the shoulder. Yeah, big difference. Exhale, drag the elbow behind you, turn the head to look up at the ceiling. Little gentle squeeze and release. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And sit back in your chair again and just breathe. Turn your head all the way in one direction until you get to a place where the neck naturally wants to stop. You start to meet some resistance. Just pause there and come back to center on an exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, turn your head in the opposite direction, bringing the chin as close to the shoulder without bringing in strain, just stopping wherever you meet resistance. Take a breath. Release. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to scanning your body for sensation, noticing what's present. And maybe this time noticing not just physical sensations, but also emotional ones. I feel so much calmer. There's definitely some energy in my throat and my heart space after that practice. You can bring a hand to your heart if you feel the same, or a hand to your belly. I'm just going to rest my hands down to let my shoulders rest. I know I'm feeling a moment of gratitude to have some quiet, some peace, to be able to connect with myself I'm looking forward to this creative practice that we're about to do together. I'm just grateful for the knowledge and the opportunity for the teachers that have come before me to show me these practices that I can share with you, the difference it's made in my life, and being able to share that with you, make a difference in yours. Feeling much more connected to my seat and my feet now, more grounded sense in my body, and naturally a smile coming to my lips. A sense of relaxation is often for me followed by a sense of playfulness, new creative energy. Whenever you finish your scan, take a deep breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Oh boy, I must be very tired today. All right, go ahead, stretch, bring in gentle movement, maybe shrug the shoulders, turn the head from side to side. Just enjoy the freedom of that movement, a little less tension in the neck and shoulders. Mm. All right. If you haven't already, go ahead and gather up your creative art supplies. So paper, objects to push around on the paper. So that's where we're going with that. And a variety of drawing utensils, markers, pens, and I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, great. So now you can see my supplies. I have some cardstock paper and my little found objects here and a variety of items to draw with. This is an example of what we're going to do, what it might look like at the end. This was a watercolor abstract mindful painting that I did, and then our practice over top. So to set this up, the first thing we're going to do is take a variety of our found objects. And if you even want to treat it like a dice game and just kind of shake them up, let them land where they land, and then you can always rearrange them a little more if you want to. As I said earlier, this is a practice in letting go of control and letting go of a sense of needing to create a specific outcome that we can call art, and instead exploring our breath, our thoughts, and just enjoying the process of creating something. And I'm going to start with, I think I'll start with this pen. I'm going to choose an item, and you want to hold very loosely to the end and use it to push the item across the page and just follow its natural direction. So this rock is now making a circle. So I'm just going to continue follow that. And this maybe was not the best color to choose because you probably can't see the line very well. This is quite a heavy little rock, actually. So continue to push all the way until you finally reach the end of the page. I'll choose something a little darker for the next one. Let's try this color. All right, we'll start. Well, that's also very fine. We'll use this little brown pom-pom guy. Very lightly. He's on a collision course. Very lightly holding the pen and following the items wherever they take you. Switching colors as often as you'd like or as little as you'd like. Another option is to use your non-dominant hand. So that's my left hand. I'm gonna have to switch to my right hand here because I can't get that angle. Trying to keep the pen in contact with the page more or less the whole time. What's interesting, the ones with more uneven surfaces, like a stone that has many facets, is much harder to work with than a round ball, say, that moves more naturally, more predictably. So while you're doing this, just notice what comes up for you in this process. If you find this kind of humorous, enjoyable, silly, ridiculous, pointless, what are the messages that are coming into your head? Are you able to just kind of sit with what comes up? This flat one is probably going to be a little easier, but make a liar of me. Are you able to sit with what comes up with you during the practice? Can you find a sense of curiosity? Coming in again here with my non-dominant hand, chasing around this cute little pine cone. Let me see. Yeah, pom-poms are a little bit easier. Try this guy too. Although they can be pretty unpredictable too. Let me try my left hand. Just keep breathing and notice also the details of what you're doing. Notice the sound of the marker on the page. Notice the smell of the marker if there is one. Notice the very light tension that you may not have ever really noticed before of the marker, the pen, the pencil against the page. So you can do this as many times as you'd like. And kind of maybe also notice how lightly you can touch the marker to the page and still direct the item. And see if you can slow down too. I think some of these I'm moving a little quickly. Take a deep breath. Change the direction. Right. With what I have here. The next step is to start to connect some of these lines off the page. So continuing here where you have some that didn't quite make it off, try and continue them off the page. I think that's good for yellow. This is a little easier when you use the same color. You can just do your best estimate of kind of where it would have landed if it went directly off the page and continued in the direction it was going. Or you can make up something new completely. See, I've green line here that kind of started in the middle. I only used green once. That's funny. It's my favorite color. I'll finish here with pinks. If you want to take this another step or two farther, is choose a color, choose a line, and then just start to trace that line. And sometimes a line that's the same color will cross over it, and you can decide, do I want to trace up here? Do I want to continue? Or do I want to break in to a new line? I think I'm going to come over here. And you can emphasize parts of the line. You can make kind of twisty layers to the line. You can soften the connections. So instead of having a hard point, you can kind of round it out a little. But continue to trace and follow the line where it takes you until you reach the end of the page. We'll do the same here. The black line. Might be a little easier to see. The line comes here. So again, holding the pen loosely or the marker. And then deciding, maybe I'll come this way. Maybe I'll follow the line here. Maybe here. I love this part of the practice because it's so representative of life, isn't it? We like to think that we're in control, but a lot of times we're just kind of pushing things around. We're experimenting. We're seeing, where is this going to take me? Oh, that's unexpected. And then we get these opportunities that come up where we get to decide which way are we going to go? Are we going to take this path? Are we going to take that path? And can we be okay with uncertainty? Can we be okay with not knowing how it's going to turn out? What side of the page are we going to end up on? Not knowing, honestly, as I'm tracing this, I'm noticing exactly where my pen is, and I'm not noticing entirely where I'm going. So when I cross over another black line, it's kind of a surprise, and I get to decide, oh, hmm, well, I thought I was going this direction, but you know what? Maybe I want to go this direction. I'm talking a lot as I'm doing this, but you can get really lost in your thoughts. Get lost. Let your mind just wander. See what comes up for you. Does it spark any creative ideas, any insights? So that's one way that you can explore the lines farther. Just to revisit, this is the one I did earlier in the day using just black ink. And then you can see how I've followed some lines more than others and kind of followed a vein all the way through. And another approach you could take, and again, you don't have to do this all in one sitting. You could do this in sections. You can come back to a piece over and over and over again throughout a week. You can find sections and kind of close them off, and then maybe explore bringing in patterns. You can fill in completely sections. Easy to do with a big permanent marker like this. You can find interesting shapes to emphasize. And again, you get to define what's interesting to you, not what looks interesting to someone else when they're looking at your piece later. You don't ever have to share this with anyone. This can just be what is capturing your attention. If you want to take a few moments to consider what's coming up for you, and then you can jot some things down. I hope you've enjoyed this practice with me today and that you feel a little lighter, a little more open and joyful. And I hope that you'll join me again soon. Namaste.